Last week, we looked at brainstorming different topics, and we used a 3-column format in order to do that, to break the topics down into smaller and smaller pieces to kind of try to figure out what you know a lot about your topic and what you still might want to research about your topic. So, most of you turned that assignment in and you got some feedback about that. And one of the main questions that I asked you to think about was which topic is standing out to you right now as the one that you might want to do more research on. And you might have more than one right now, and that's perfectly fine. If you have one or two topics, I would say more than three would probably be a little tricky, but maybe choose your top 3 topics and start from there to see which one is kind of leaping out to you right now as the one that you want to do some more research about. Today we're going to focus on a couple of different steps moving forward in how to prepare our research and how to get into that state of mind for that. And we're focusing really on 2 different tasks. One is more of a reading task and one is more of a writing task. So in terms of reading, what we're trying to do is take all the knowledge that you have and all of the ideas and try to figure out how to put that together as you're looking at sources and evaluating sources and information. So you're taking what you already know about a topic, you've kind of spelled that out in that 3-column format, and then you're trying to put it into the framework of the research that you're going to be doing, some initial searches in your topics. The writing task that you're kind of going to be focusing on is figuring out what is your purpose in writing. Why would you want to write about this topic, and how would you present that information? And these are things that we're just going to kind of start today, and then we're going to develop over the next few lessons, okay? So if you're feeling kind of like a little overwhelmed, like maybe you don't really know where you're going or what you want to do just yet, it's okay, all right? The beauty of writing, and especially in this way, is that we have time to kind of figure all of this out. Okay? So don't worry if you don't know exactly what you want to do right now. That's perfectly normal and that's perfectly fine. I think in order to get us started, we probably want to take a quick trip over to the Corgi Cam and see what Piper's doing today. I know it always helps me to check in with Piper and see how she's doing, just like I'm checking in with you today to make sure everybody's got everything that they need. So we'll kind of go over that. So let's take a look at the Piper Corgi Cam. Let's see what she's up to today. So last week, we did some brainstorming of topics, and I started with Michigan frogs because I've been outside a lot and I've been hearing frogs calling and thinking about frogs a lot and which ones are coming out when. You'll notice again that I wrote some of the information that I know about. I know they come out in the spring, why they kind of, choose that time based on temperature, what they look like. I knew a little bit about the timing of the emergence and why do certain frogs come out before others. These are questions that I was hoping to ask. So I'm going to take that topic today and kind of run with it and show you what I want you to do. So you've selected your top 1 or 2, maybe 3 if you're still kind of really undecided topics. And you're going to want to get a new sheet of paper and you're going to want to do a free write. And this is kind of a thinking page. So you want to do this very quickly. This is not a final draft of anything at this point. It's something that you want to do very quickly, and you want to get kind of lots of little paragraphs about different topics related to your big topic. So my topic here was Michigan frogs. And so what I want to figure out is, how much do I know about this topic? And what more do I want to know about this topic? And I'm going to use a free write, a very quick free write, to figure that out. So watch how I do this and watch how quickly I do it, because it's not something you should be spending tons of time on. You just want to kind of pour your ideas out onto the page. So I seem to recall, so I think, I'm not sure, I've got to review my facts. So I think I remember that there are about 10 Michigan frogs. Maybe there are more, but I seem to recall 10. So I'm going to put a question mark there because I'm not 100% sure. Some are very small. I'm thinking of the spring peepers, which are very small. And the spring peepers, they have an X on their backs. So I know that. X on their backs. Some are very large. And I'm thinking here of the bullfrog. I think I saw one bullfrog measured over 14 inches plus. That would be the one I caught. I caught a bullfrog one time, the one I caught. I'm curious about why certain frogs come out before others. So you can see I'm writing very, very quickly, and then I wonder about how the environment, and here I'm thinking specifically about air quality and water quality. You know I'm going to be focusing on the environment because that's something I'm really interested in, and I want to kind of make those connections between environment impacts, how the environment impacts frogs, and why they are considered, an indicator species. So frogs are one of those species that are used to help us understand what's going on in the environment. If something's happening to the frogs, then there's something else going on. And this part, for me, is the most interesting. That's the part that I want to know more about how scientists study frogs to learn about environmental impacts. So one thing you'll notice here is that I'm not just doing a report or thinking about doing a report on frogs. That might be something, a lot of you had animals as your topics, and animals are great. I love animals, love researching animals, but I want you to think beyond just the research about animals. For example, we did a lot of fundraising to help the koalas in Australia this year. And one possible topic that I think would be fascinating to kind of think about is why are koalas, or why are some of those other animals that were in those forest fires, why are they important species in relation to each other? So it's not just a report on what is a frog or what is a koala, but you're trying to find something a little bit deeper. So you're in 6th grade now, and you should kind of step up that research if you're thinking about doing something focused on an animal. So that is a very quick free write. There's nothing super fancy about that. You saw how quickly I did it. You saw how I put down what are some things that I know about already, and what are some things that I want to learn about as we go. So you move very quickly from the list, which is what we did last week, to doing some thinking on the page, some longer thinking entries. here are some phrases that I should see in your writing, or that might be helpful for you to have in your writing. So one phrase is, what I think I know is. You saw that I'm not even sure about what I know. And that would be something I'd want to check in my research. So what I think I know is, I am not as sure about, would be a good phrase. And I really want to find out. So those are three very good phrases that I should be seeing in your writing that would help me understand how you're thinking about your topic. Okay? One thing that we're going to move to then, once you've done this, so what I'd like you to do is free write about your topic using these phrases. So that would be step 1. Step 2 goes into our research, and that is, here it is, let your sources be your guide. And before I get to that, I'm going to have you do the free write. Do that right now. And then once you finish your free write, I want you to take a quick break, quick recess break, and come back. And then I'm going to have the next part of the lesson, which is let your sources be your guide.